Yes, I'm still not in that intro rally.
Sad.
It's okay. I don't need to be in it. I made it. That's all that matters. It's
We'll
when
have
I
to
was.
make a new one.
It was when I was in the more production role, you know. I still am, but you know. Still am. Still am
It's
the
all
producer.
you now.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's all you.
Has it all not been me?
It didn't used to be. I used to edit all of the videos that I would go through.
Yeah, you're right.
I would go through and like actually edit it.
It's
like,
not fun to do, is
cut
it?
a lot of things out.
It's
and
not
stuff.
fun to do,
It
is
took
it?
a while.
It's not fun to do.
It took a while to do.
It's not. I don't do that.
I know you don't.
If it's in, it's in. If it ain't, it ain't. That's the way I see
I
it.
used to cut things out that I would like just me messing up. Mainly it was me doing like unboxings and stuff. That's what I would cut out.
I still don't. I don't edit my unboxings either.
Yeah.
Put them all together. If it ain't good on the first take, then it ain't getting done.
At this point, I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care if I look awkward. I am awkward.
I'm
Let the
awkward
people know.
too. I'm awkward too, Mr. Davis. I'm awkward too. But if you didn't know, this is the ChimiComics channel, and I just about slammed through my floor.
R.I.P. headphone users.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I kind of meant it, but I didn't mean it. In this episode, or I guess review, we are reviewing Morbius, the Sony Spider-Man universe third entry, I think, right? Or unless we're counting Homecoming or if we're counting all the Sony Spider-Man movies, I guess now. I would say this is the Venomverse.
Venom movies, yeah.
So this is the Venomverse. We saw Morbius last night. We both had drastically different opinions. I think this is about to be another Joker scenario. So if you watched our Joker review, which is a highly viewed video on our channel, me and Riley had completely different opinions on the movie, and I'm afraid to say it's probably going to be the same for this one.
Well, to a point, we both enjoyed the movie, but for different reasons. I feel
This movie?
Yeah, this movie.
I think I have a different opinion.
And to
than you.
different degrees, too.
Yeah. I think... Yeah.
But I think for the most part, we both had a good time with it.
I had a
It
good
wasn't-
time, but not in a
It
go
wasn't
out and
like-
see this movie sense.
But it wasn't like, oh, I regret going to see this.
No, I don't regret seeing it. I don't regret seeing Morbius. Do I think the movie is good? Let's answer that, Riley. Do you think Morbius is good?
Good? No.
Do you think Morbius is a bad movie?
I don't think it's bad.
But it's not good either.
Because I've seen bad movies, and every time I've seen what I qualify as a bad movie, I wish I had not seen it.
Okay. That's fair.
That for me is a bad movie.
That's fair. So, do you put this in the realm of like fun movie?
For me, yes, it was fun.
So it's like a Fast and Furious
And for
movie is
me,
what you're telling me.
and for me, it was like solid. I didn't have any like huge problems with it. Like some movies, I'll go see and I'm like, there's no freaking way that happened. Like, and I just like totally can't believe they did that. But in this movie, I really didn't see much of that stuff. There were a few things where I was like, that was kind of dumb.
There was a lot of that
But
for me.
for the most part, it was good for me.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Here's my opinion. I think Morbius is a bad movie. And what Riley is hitting at here is I came out of the movie laughing my ass off. And I think I laughed my ass off that I kind of scared Wyatt to a point. Wyatt also watched this movie, and I'll tell you.
Wyatt like halfway watched the movie though.
Wyatt got on his cell phone halfway through the movie and just started reading on his cell phone.
I've never seen him do that.
Yeah, part of me wanted to be like, put that away. We're in a movie theater, and people are going to get pissed off at you.
Well,
But also,
we were in
the back row, but still. It was distracting towards me. It distracted me. But anyways, also, I was like, you know, it's the Morbius movie, so I ain't going to say shit.
That's true. That's fair.
like, very crowded at our screening, though. Very crowded movie theater for Morbius, which I was surprised on. And there was there was some cheers. I will say, during the movie, there was some cheers, which I did not expect. Did I laugh at those cheers?
Of course you did.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did laugh at those cheers.
The thing that got me about this movie is that I was seeing so many like negative reviews, and like I went into the movie thinking that I was just straight up not going to enjoy it.
We both came in with the lowest expectations possible.
Yeah, I was going into it thinking like, oh gosh, I'm really gonna regret being here, but I don't know. It wasn't that kind of movie for me. Do I laud it as a great movie? No, but it's not a terrible movie. It's not something that I wish I hadn't paid for.
I put this movie at the same level as Green Lantern, where I had a good time watching Green Lantern, but it wasn't because Green Lantern's a good movie. In fact, Green Lantern's a bad movie. But that's how I felt about this movie. I laughed at stuff I shouldn't have laughed about. There was a lot of occasions where I put my hands up and just went, what? And I'm pretty sure I annoyed Alex next to me because I would do that. But that's okay. And there was a lot of, like, hitting Wyatt. You know? Hitting Wyatt and being like, Wyatt. Look at the screen.
Wyatt, look
at what's
happening.
Yes. That scene where he runs for 5 minutes.
Maybe it's good he wasn't here because he probably wouldn't have much to say. You know?
No, he barely watched the movie. But there's a scene where Matt Smith's character is running
in slow motion.
For 5 literal minutes.
I will say there was way too much slow
motion. Oh my god!
And slow motion yelling where he goes, "Oh!" That was dumb.
They kept switching to Morbius, and then back to him still running, and then to Morbius, and then back to him still running, and they were legit the distance between if I stood at this end of the table and you stood at that end of the table. That's how far apart they were.
Yeah, they overdid it.
And he ran a football field before he got to Morbius. Oh my god. Matt Smith is a fantastic actor. He's the best actor in this damn movie.
But I don't think he was the best actor in this movie.
I think he was.
I recognize he is the best actor out of all the people in the movie.
I think he was the best actor in the movie. I didn't think
he was the best in the movie.
I thought he was the best in the movie.
I don't know. I did not like
Who's your best character?
I would honestly say that Jared Leto did a decent job in this movie. No. He didn't do bad.
That end credits line delivery, Riley.
Okay, I'm not talking about the end credits. I'm talking about the movie itself. Because that scene was really bad.
What do you got for me? Interesting.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
That was the whole movie, though. He delivered lines like that.
Him as Michael Morbius was good. Like, him as, like, the creature thing was not that great.
I thought he was good for the first 30 minutes of the movie. I'll give you that.
He was really good, yeah.
Yeah, where he's actual Dr. Michael Morbius. Sure, he was fine.
Yeah.
But at a certain point...
And I thought he was likable, too, in this movie.
I will say the first... I mean, this movie's only an hour and 30 minutes. So I guess the first 30 minutes is good. It's not bad. In fact, at 30 minutes, I was like, damn, am I going to like this movie? I was like, am I going to enjoy this movie?
I was like, so far so good.
But then it hit. That's where everything...
But then he turned into Michael Morbius.
Yeah, when he turned into the character. Which, by the way, one thing I would change, this is terrible, because this is just how the character's designed. Do they need this? Do they need the nose?
Yeah.
I think they should take that away and just give them the shrunken in jaws and the white skin and the eyebrows raising. But they don't need the pig noses.
Okay. Does a vampire creature need to be sexy?
No. But also, can I look at a vampire and be like, yeah, that's who I'm cheering for in this movie?
I don't know.
If he's a villain, I agree. Yes, keep the nose. But if I have to root for him, and honestly, there was multiple scenes where Matt Smith would turn and he had that fucking pig nose.
Oh, he looked awful.
And I died. Yeah, they looked terrible. terrible. And it just made me laugh. That's why I'm like, you take that out, leave the nose, just give them their nose back, and I think they'll look 10 times better.
So they need to look good for you to, like,
no,
take
they
them
don't have to
seriously.
look good. They're still going to look undead. They just don't have the pig
Well,
nose.
like, I like it because it makes them look like a bat. Like, that's what bats look like.
I realize that, but I shouldn't be looking at these characters and laughing.
I think that's just you, though.
I don't think it is, though. I don't think it is, though. I don't think they need the pig noses. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. There was multiple scenes where Matt Smith was being brilliant as an actor, and I just died laughing. And it wasn't his fault.
I don't know. His character, the way it was written, it was just like, oh, I've been disabled my whole life. Now I'm gonna own the world now. Like, just for no reason.
Yeah, he had no character development. And I think that, from that point on, was where I was like, I'm out. I'm out of this movie.
Yeah, I didn't like that part.
We're getting into spoilers here. But, which we pretty much have the entire thing. But nothing about the plot or anything. But now we will.
But I don't think many people care about spoilers for Morbius.
I don't think they do either. But I will say, Morbius, the character Milo, which his name's not Milo.
I know.
His name's Lucius.
Lucian.
Lucian. And
It's a very strange name.
Morbius gives him the name Milo because all these other kids have been coming in here and dying, so he just gives them all the same
He was
name.
like the 6th Milo.
Okay, so now it's 20 years later, and his name is still Milo. Why?
Okay, one thing I was confused about is why this guy, the doctor guy, followed him around his whole life and just stuck with him. Like, you know, like he was supposed to take care of all of those kids.
Yeah, from my understanding, he was a caretaker. But Milo's rich somehow. No one knows how.
Yeah.
The movie doesn't tell us.
It doesn't tell you.
It doesn't tell us. At one point, he comes in, he's like, oh, I'm your lawyer. And I'm like, oh, that's how he made his money. He's probably brilliant and a good lawyer. And then they're like, I'm not really a lawyer. Well, fuck, I don't know then.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, his parents must be rich.
Maybe.
But, like, at the beginning, it does, like, make it feel like they're orphans.
Yeah.
Like, I understand where you got that.
Yeah, I thought they were orphans. There were so many kids in there.
Yeah. But it was like a children's hospital type thing.
And let me say, number one villain of, like, any movie franchise is those little twerps outside making fun of them.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, how mean do you have to be to make fun of a disabled
mean.
kid?
Kids
I
are
know,
mean.
but God.
Kids are mean.
God, then Milo kicks their ass, and I'm like, good job, Milo. Kick some more ass.
When he took out that one kid with his crutch, and that kid did not move. Like, I
He
think
didn't
he
get
knocked
up.
him out.
He didn't get up. And then, like, the doctor's like, oh no, he beat up some kids who were making fun of him
No, you can't do that.
because his origami flew out the window.
They took my letter.
They took my letter.
Give me my letter. Give me back my letter.
And then Milo, like you said, lives with that caretaker guy. And then he gets mad at Michael because he finds out that Michael's cured. And then Michael's like, yeah, but there's side effects. And he's like, you just want it for yourself. You
dumb.
just want me to die.
That was dumb.
And I'm like, that's quite the leap there.
But
Milo.
also, like, I get where he's coming from to an extent because, like, he is going to die.
Yeah.
And
You want me
this
to
is
die?
a way for him to live.
Yes.
So you would do anything to live, wouldn't you? Like,
Of course you would.
so I mean, I get that part, but like at the same time, like Morbius kind of has to be sympathetic toward him too because he's like, you know, your life's on the line here.
But also, Milo, even then, shows some character flaws of being like, oh, and those people on that boat, like, they're all dead. We can figure this out. Like, we can solve that. Like, it'll be fine. And I'm just like,
That's what being rich is like, Tanner.
I know, but still.
You just make it go away.
Well, true. He's like, yeah, we can make it go away. And I'm just like, okay.
By the
I
power
guess
of
that's
money.
happened. Yeah, I mean, I guess that could happen, maybe. But either way, and then after that point, slowly crushes himself away. And then that's him. And there's another part of the movie that I really like too, where she's like, why are you doing this, Michael? Talking to Morbius. And he goes, for my best friend, Milo. We hadn't seen that entire, first half of the movie. It was after, the childhood scene. And then he's, a full-grown man. He's like, I'm doing this for my good friend, Milo. And then we don't see Milo until, another 10, 20 minutes. It's like, they're good friends. I'm like, are they?
Yeah.
He left.
Yeah, they're great friends.
There was just so much stuff where it was like, it would tell you stuff, or it wouldn't tell you stuff, and then just be like, that's what happens.
I feel like they cut a lot out of this movie.
They had to have.
Because it was a really short movie.
It was an hour and 30 minutes. They did the Venom 2 approach, which made them a lot of money because you can get more showtimes in a day. Mm-hmm. So I'm assuming... Now, also keep in mind that this movie's been done for 2 years. This movie was done before No Way Home started filming. Mm-hmm. To put that in context.
Wow.
So, I'm assuming that's why these in-credit scenes were awful.
Oh, yeah.
Because they were trying to tie it in with No Way Home. And then No Way Home's already came out.
You don't think they went back and changed those scenes for this release?
Yes, that's what I mean.
Oh, okay.
That's what I mean. They changed the end credits. I think they had something else.
Gotcha.
And then they got rid of it. That's why Michael Keaton's voice sounds like he was driving to the set while he was recording.
That reminds me of that time they got when they got Stan Lee to do a cameo for the Teen Titans movie. Teen Titans Go, and it was on an iPhone.
Yep. I'm pretty sure that's what happened here, because he was just folding it in. I'm pretty sure this has something to do with Spider-Man. But anyways,
Spider-Man's behind this, some way.
But anyways, I'm thinking about getting a group together.
We could do some good.
Which I busted out laughing about this, explaining it.
Why does the Vulture want to do some good?
Why does the Vulture want to get a group together called the Sinister Six?
Okay, listen, he did not say that.
I know, but it's heavily implied.
I know, but he didn't call it that.
I know.
I would rather them be villains.
Well, you can't do that.
Why?
Well, you need somebody to root for.
Why?
Well, if you're going to make a movie, you can't just be an old villain the whole time. Unless you're making a slasher. I think this movie should have been.
I almost kind of would have liked it better if Morbius was the villain.
I think he should have been the villain.
And you got Matt Smith who juices up to try to stop him.
Right.
That would have been cool.
That would be the better thing.
And then, Vulture comes up and is like, hey, let's rob some banks or something. Just something crazy. I don't know. I don't know what I would have done.
Yeah, I just feel like he should have been the villain the entire movie. Because, and then have I don't know, you could have had anybody as the villain. I mean, as the hero. You could have had Milo as the hero. And then have Milo try to stop him at the end. Mm-hmm. And then Morbius kills him.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah. Mm. And then if he kills him, then it's okay, now he's truly evil or something.
But
him accidentally kill even have Milo accidentally kill his love interest or something, and then that's the turn that makes him fully commit to being a vampire. Because at the end of this movie, if you recall, he makes 2 vials and he's like, I'm gonna cure myself, which is gonna kill me. And then he just doesn't use one of them.
Yeah.
He flies off, and I'm like, okay, I guess you've...
And then makes another vampire when that girl bites him.
Exactly. Well, that's I don't like that. I don't like that. It's like the Venom movies, how they're like, okay, who's the villain in this Venom movie? Oh, it's Venom. Yeah. Oh, really?
Is it really?
That's nice. And it's like, okay, who's the villain in the sequel? Another Venom.
Yeah.
This one's red, though. And even have Venom go, oh shit, it's a red one.
What's Venom 3 gonna be?
It's gonna be that little cop guy who became a symbiote.
The cop guy.
You remember the cop in Let's Be Carnage? He got infected in Let's Be Carnage.
I don't remember the cop.
It's the cop who was like investigating Eddie Brock the whole movie.
Oh.
He's becoming a symbiote that Venom's going to fight.
Well, what's he gonna be?
I can't remember what his name is.
Is it Toxin?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's going to be Toxin.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I mean, I get that these villains don't have rogues galleries, so it makes it hard.
Yeah.
But still, like if you're gonna make a villain movie, make him be a villain. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. You can't root for everyone. Venom, I understand.
They're trying to make a universe out of these characters that only lend themselves to one movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it just doesn't work.
No.
Like, Venom shouldn't have gotten a second movie. The first movie should have been him fighting Carnage.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm being honest...
I'm okay that he kept the sequel for Carnage. Because I think Carnage is a big tentpole character.
But I'm saying, like, the characters from the first movie, the villains were just kind of not great.
No, they weren't.
It just wasn't there.
Yeah, I agree.
And I would not... I can't see them making another Morbius movie.
They're not going to.
I mean...
If this makes money past this weekend, it's going to make money this weekend. No doubt about it.
I mean, regardless, even if it was good, like, what are you going to do?
You could put them in the little Sinister Six movie.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying you could give them all one movie and then do a big movie, a team movie, and then that's it.
Well, they got to put him in which they hinted at multiple Spider-Men throughout this movie. Which I think, whatever Sony was doing, they had to get somebody under contract. I think they were thinking, like, who's going to be the Spider-Man for this universe? And they didn't do it. They didn't commit to it.
See, that wouldn't work anyway because they've made Venom a hero and they made Morbius a hero. So what's the movie going to be?
Exactly.
It just doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
You can't build a universe around villains.
Yeah. Agreed.
There's literally not enough content out there to pull from, for one thing.
Yep.
And for another, like, what are you going to do once you don't have that content?
Yeah, that's one of the things about...
You're just making stuff up.
Yeah, that's one of the things about it for me is, like, this is one of the reasons, like, I love No Way Home, but part of me is still like, damn, I kind of would have wished we could have saw what the MCU would have done with these previous characters. Now, I understand, I love Green Goblin, I love that version of him, and I love Doc Ock, I love that version. But, like, I still wish I could have got, like, their own film with Tom Holland's version of that character, sort of. Because now it feels like they've kind of thrown everything out of us, so it's like, what's left, It's like, okay, well, what else do you got? Because Venom's got his own thing. Kraven the Hunter's getting his own movie. Which, oh god, doesn't this movie make you excited for Kraven the Hunter?
I mean, I would love to see Tom Holland fight Kraven.
Yeah, well, that's not going to be a solo movie.
I know, but I'm saying, like, I would love to see that. Like,
I would
that's
like
what I'd
Kraven's
like
last
to see.
hunt.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. That's kind of too crazy. For Tom Holland Spider-Man, he's not that kind of Spider-Man.
Still, be cool.
That's too dark for him.
They left the symbiote.
Yeah, I know. That would be fun.
They left the symbiote.
Yeah.
But this movie, I laughed till I cried at this movie. Let's talk about the FBI agents, right? That was some of the worst people in this movie was the FBI agents.
The scenes with them in it reminded me of, like, a Key and Peele skit.
Didn't it feel like that one guy wasn't even there? Not Tyrese. Tyrese is there, right? Tyrese. You know who Tyrese is? Okay, Tyrese is the guy from Fast and Furious. African American.
Okay, which guy? The guy with glasses or the guy without glasses?
Guy without glasses.
Okay.
The African American guy from Fast and Furious.
Okay.
didn't it feel like him and the other guy barely interacted with each other the whole time?
Yeah.
And were just kind of standing side by side. And then the other guy, he kept making jokes that weren't funny.
Okay, so this movie was full of jokes that no one laughed at.
And wisecracking Jared Leto, too, which...
Yeah, but like...
Might as well put a pulse on...
I didn't laugh at any of them, but they didn't make it seem like you were supposed to laugh at them. Like, they didn't stop.
No.
After saying something funny. They just kept going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It didn't feel like an MCU, like, oh, funny joke here, laugh.
True.
You know? Which I appreciated. Going. I didn't think they were
like
trying to be funny.
Justice League humor.
Justice League humor?
Bad.
No, I don't think it was that bad.
Okay.
As Justice League. Bad. Justice League is kind of
the one-liners were bad.
Yeah. Is this the part where the guy with the hoodie beats you up?
Like, what?
I did like the part where he was, like, breaking that guy's hand and telling him, like, exactly what bones he was breaking out.
It made no sense for his character. Because he just, like...
Because he's not a tough guy, yeah.
Well, he's not a tough guy, one.
He's not
and then two, he was like... I was like, is he a vigilante now? And might I add, this is a scene of me, which me and Wyatt were laughing our butts off about. There's two scenes in the movie where me and Wyatt were just like, what the fuck? And one of them was when Matt Smith visits him in the jail and brings him a pack of artificial blood. And I'm like, how did he get that in the prison? And also, Morbius is a vampire. Why is he in a normal prison?
Because they don't know what he is.
They saw him fly through the sky!
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did. He was shooting at him while he was going up the flight of stairs.
Oh.
He saw him fly.
Yeah, you're right about that.
And not only that, he goes up like 25 stories, and somehow Tyrese is able to get to the top of the stairs by the time he gets to the edge of the roof. And then Morpheus just stands down. He's just like, all right, you got me. After he just flew. Anyway, so he gets arrested, and then Matt Smith comes and visits him and leaves him blood. And in my head, I'm just like, how did he get that in prison? I was like, I whispered in Wyatt's ear. I was like, he stuck that up his butt, didn't he?
They kind of just make you walk through a metal detector, though, right?
I feel like they'd search you if you were visiting someone in their cell.
I mean, to an extent. Like, I don't feel like it's, like, as...
egregious of a flaw.
Yeah, I don't think it's like a body cavity search. Like,
fair enough. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, like, I could believe it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just thought of a different thing. While he's shooting at him, he's flying through the sky. Tyrese stops him and goes, "We don't know if that's our guy."
What?
Did you not remember
No,
that?
I don't.
That's why he stopped shooting.
No, I don't remember that.
That's why he stopped shooting. He goes,
I don't remember
"Stop.
that.
We don't know if that's our guy."
I don't remember that.
And then he's flying through the air. And he's a vampire.
I don't remember that.
Anyways.
One thing I didn't like was the colors flying off of him throughout the movie.
I like that. And you know why they did that? Because when they're fighting at the end, you need to tell who the fuck's who.
I know why they did it. Yeah. It just makes no sense.
Well, if you recall...
it's not done in a way that looks realistic.
I agree. But also it makes no sense, literally. Because while he's throwing a ball, the ball also has that smoke on it. So is the smoke coming from him? Or is that just how he sees things?
I feel like that's the way he sees it. But
right.
like when you're watching him fly through the air, you shouldn't be seeing that.
You shouldn't be seeing that, yeah. Right.
I get why they did
cool. I liked it.
I get why they did that in that one scene where he's throwing the ball.
Yeah.
That I understand. Fine, leave that. But like, when we're just watching him fly through the city, like, it doesn't make any sense.
What is Echo? Why did they keep zooming in on their nasty ears?
I didn't like that either. Yeah.
It
I
was
did not
so
like
weird. And also his echolocation is better than Superman's echolocation because he went through the entirety of New York City to find one voice of Matt Smith going, Michael.
Yep.
Michael. It's me, Milo.
And then at the end, I'm going to bat bend.
Yeah, and then he like controls the bats. Ooh. And then Milo apparently is just the most evil son of a bitch ever because reasons. He just needed to be. I don't know. I didn't like this movie. I'm trying to think of what the other part where I was just like, what the fuck's going on? Oh, I remember now. When he's in that restaurant. When he's in the restaurant and he is America's Most Wanted, he's on the news, he's in the papers, and he's legit just sitting down for coffee with his significant other, who's also under investigation, by the way. And they're just sitting. And then Riley made the comment of, well, he had a hood on. No, he didn't. Let's look back at the tapes. Because no, he didn't. Did he put on his hood? Yes. Because then he was like, oh, and I'm thinking, oh, is he going to be like Lethal Protector, like Venom, and go like beat up these guys who apparently are forging $100 bills for some reason. But no, he just needed their lab.
See, I think there should have been like
an explanation why he needed their lab.
No, like in this movie for the villain, I think that it would have been better if, like, say, he's trying to come up with a cure for himself, right?
Yes.
But like, say there's a guy out there who's trying to stop him or like gets in his way,
Of
like,
finding a cure.
Yeah. Or like
the government.
I mean,
the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah,
like, we want to control you.
But literally just make it a guy,
Yeah.
And like.
Well, that's what I thought Matt Smith, because in the trailers he was like, all suit and tie, and he's just walking down the hallway. That's what I thought. He's like, you need to become what you need to become. And I'm like, okay, is that who Matt Smith is? He's the government guy who wants to control
If you want him to fight evil, then it's got to be like a compelling evil.
Yeah. It can't be discount Morbius.
Yeah.
Who's slightly more evil.
And like this movie, like it doesn't make sense for him to keep fighting anything anymore, because he's not that kind of guy. He's just trying to save his friend.
Also, I had no reason to cheer for him the entire movie.
Yeah.
Because I was like, they kept trying to make me be like, oh, Milo's the bad guy. And I'm like, Morbius, you killed like 6 people at the start of the movie. And yes, you could say, oh, they were mercenaries. They weren't good people. I'm like, but, I mean, did we ever really see that?
They were going to kill him.
Wouldn't you have?
Yeah.
He was eating someone's face.
I mean, yeah.
I would have killed him too.
But, like, I'm just saying, whenever he turned, that's when you have the least control, is when you first get turned. So, I get him attacking that guy.
Yeah.
And then he crashed through the glass and attacked
Kills
the other
everyone
guys
else.
because they were going to kill him too,
Yeah.
So, like, I get that. I'm fine with the whole ship thing. It's just, like, I mean, Matt's character is just evil. He likes killing people. He likes draining their blood. Like, he gets enjoyment out of it. So, like, he's definitely the villain.
Matt's character kills less people than Morbius that I saw.
I feel like it's more.
He killed 5 people.
I feel like it's more, though.
He killed 5 people. He killed the three guys that cock-blocked him, and then he killed his little mentor guy, and he killed Morbius' girlfriend. He killed 5 people.
How many days was this movie that they were both vampires?
Not long.
Because it kept going like, oh, this is lasting me 6 hours now.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't even know how long Milo was the vampire before.
That's what I'm thinking. Like,
he killed a nurse.
Because you have to keep killing, to keep your powers.
Yeah, so like every 6 hours he had to kill somebody. Basically.
Yeah.
They should have played on that.
Yeah.
like all the news, they keep a body count. They keep saying this vampire is still killing people or something.
And I would have liked it to be more like a serial murder type thing. Like, where the cops are like, oh, we found another one. Yeah. Like just in a back alley or something. But
instead, they're just shaking cat litter boxes and saying, here, kitty, kitty.
Here, kitty. Why are they looking for that nurse?
Why are they doing anything in this movie? Why are they
why
in
are we
the
looking
movie?
for the 2 vampires?
By the way, they signed on for 3 more films. Those CIA agents. So get ready for more of them. I know you'll miss them.
So they're like the Nick Fury of this universe.
I guess, man. I don't know
And Coulson.
Going on in
it's
this
Nick
universe.
Fury and Coulson. That's what it is.
I don't know what's going on in this universe.
I don't think they do either.
I don't think so either. What I will say is, the question of the hour is, did I at least enjoy watching this? And do I regret my time watching this? The answer is, no, I don't regret my time watching this.
Well, there you go. And it's a win.
That's a win.
It's
because
a win for everyone.
Let's think of like, what's a movie that I didn't enjoy watching? Batman vs. Superman.
Jeez.
Or Suicide Squad, where I just was kind of angry at the end of both of those movies. See, I guess it helps that I don't give a shit about Morbius. So, like,
of course.
Like, they couldn't have ruined anything for me.
Yeah.
But overall, this movie was bad. Should people go see it? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you should go see it. It's not nearly as bad as people make it out to be. It's still an enjoyable movie. You just go out to see it. It's definitely worth the money. I wouldn't see, we have A-list with AMC.
Right.
So we get 12 movies a month if we want.
Yeah. It's 3 movies a week, so yeah, 12.
We just pay for it monthly. So
which you make it back in one Dolby.
We're of course going to go see it.
We'll see everything.
But is this movie worth the Dolby? No, it is not worth the Dolby. I would not pay $18 to see this movie.
I say wait till it comes out on DVD or rent, and do that.
Yeah.
I don't think it warrants it. It doesn't need a theater. There's nothing about this movie that you should rush out to go see. But is it a fun, enjoyable time to where you can get some popcorn and laugh and drink? I think this is a good drinking movie.
Yeah, it's a great one.
Final question before we end the video. Riley, we got 2 shirtless scenes in this movie. We got Matt Smith.
Yeah.
And we got Jared Leto. Who wins?
Jared Leto wins.
Jared Leto, you think them abs? I was very impressed with Matt.
No, I was impressed with Matt. And Matt is chiseled. For real.
Which was very... I had no idea.
But, Jared was just, stacked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He looked like he could fuck him up.
I want to know how he got his abs like that, man. The center part of his abs, it looked like a canyon. Like you could stick a finger in there and just trace all the way up.
Yeah.
It was impressive.
Well, I feel like his bodybuilding routine was more about getting strong.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like, at least.
Yeah.
He had more muscle on him, whereas Matt Smith was just more lean. You know what I mean? So it's just gonna show all of your muscles.
Right.
But see, Jared has actually
muscle mass.
He's swollen up.
Yeah.
So that's
very
why
impressive.
it looks like that.
Very, very impressive. I give him that.
Jared looked like he could.
What
fuck
is
me
with
up.
them casting Doctor Who's, or I guess the Doctors as villains, Marvel villains? They're always villains. The best one so far is still David Tennant, but still, Matt Smith was great too. Christopher Eccleston kind of sucked ass, but he was Malekith.
And Thor 2?
Yes.
Thor 2?
Thor the Dark World.
Yeah. Thor 2 was not a good movie.
It was not. Poor Christopher Eccleston.
I know.
Anyways, this was our review of Morbius. Oh, wait. Gotta make a phone call real quick. Before I forget, we need a friend of the show to chime in here. Let's see if he answers.
This is Wyatt Smith. I can't seem to come to the phone right now.
Goodbye.
Let's get the tone.
He might have a turn. He might have
At
a
the
do not
tone,
disturb.
please record your message. When you have finished recording, simply hang up or press pound for further options.
Hey Wyatt, this is Tanner. Just wanted to leave you a voicemail. We're actually live on the ChimiCast right now talking about Morbius. Just wanted your opinion, whose abs do you think were better? Do you think, Matt Smith, or do you think it was more Jared Leto? Riley made a good point here. He said that, Jared Leto was kind of more swole, while, Matt had the lean side going for him. I don't know. We wanted you to break the ice. I think I voted Matt, and then Riley voted Leto. So just wanted to get your opinion on this.
You need a tiebreaker.
Just give me a call back as soon as you get the chance, baby. All right, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Morbius in review, and we will see you next time.